Hey, everyone. How are you guys doing today? Today is Wind Down Wednesdays with your girl Jovita. Yes, I'm a little bit off schedule. However, I am here and I hope that you have your beverage of choice in your wine glass because I don't today. I got so caught up with the time that I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get on here because the people need to see me. Anyway, I'm just having a good old time tonight, you guys. It is Wind Down Wednesdays with your girl Jovita. And let me introduce myself to those who may not know me. I am Jovita and I help boss women go from feeling frustrated, overwhelmed, and alone to giving herself permission to be free and live a life of abundance. She just wants to live a life of harmony. She just wants everything just all in sync, just like flow. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I help boss women do. My overall mission is to empower women to live confident, authentic lives unapologetically. So I didn't get a chance to really find you guys some fun facts tonight. But like I said, it is Black History Month. So hopefully you guys are learning one new Black History fact each day. Yay, I hope that you are. Um, it is the month of love. And with that being said, I am looking for hostesses to host your very own In Between the Sheets book club tour. And in order to do that, there are hostess benefits. You just get your girlfriends together or your guy friends, whomever, and we're just going to sit and have a good time and learn some things as we talk about the book, because the book actually offers you a lot of tools and tips to, enhance your sexual experiences. So we want to chat and we're just going to go all over the world virtually, of course, because we're trying to stay safe. And you can host this event. If you would like to do so, please do send an email to info@jovitanmiller.com. That is info@jovitanmiller.com. So let's go ahead and get started on tonight's topic. It is, and I'm not going to do a drum roll because that's not my job, but it is intimacy. What is it? Ha 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 ha. And I bet you guys are like, what is Jovita's going to talk about tonight? But yeah, so let me go ahead and just give you my definition of intimacy. And my definition is that it's a closeness that you build with your partner. That's just my basic definition of intimacy, right? So I do believe that when people hear the word intimacy, they tend to think of sexual intercourse as well, but they are different, you guys. They are totally different. And I talk about that more in the book. However, intimacy is just a closeness. Dictionary.com actually says it's a close, familiar, and usually affectionate or loving personal relationship with another person or group. So it's just that closeness that you have. That's what being intimate is all about. And it's not always sexual. It really isn't. You can have an intimate relationship with your best friend who is, she may be of the same sex, she may not be. You just never know. But I'm just saying you can have that closeness and you be like, oh, I had an intimate conversation with my coworker. That doesn't mean you had sex with your coworker. That just means y'all had a real close conversation. And that's all it means. So just think of the word, when you think of the word intimacy, please do not always relate it to sex, because I think that's where we get confused about it a lot of times. Now, there are ways, right, that you can be intimate. And here are some of the fun ways that I think you can be closer and be affectionate and all of that. Like being closer and affectionate are two of them, right? But be flirtatious. And I know I have some friends, y'all. They're like, I don't know how you do it. You're a natural flirt. I don't believe that I am, but I've been told that I am. So I'm like, okay. But I think I'm just friendly, right? But, just be flirtatious. And be a friendly flirtatious, but you just be flirtatious. But if it's your partner, I just go all out and flirt however you want to flirt. So, hey, Erica. So that's a fun way to do it. Spending quality time, of course, is always a way to be intimate, just to have that intimacy with someone. Have stimulating conversations, because with stimulating conversation, that kind of gives your mind, give you some mental stimulation as well. So, I mean, that's a part of getting close and building trust and just being like building something with someone. That's a personal thing, right? Just having those kinds of conversations, because you want to do that. And of course, building trust. I've said that a number of times. But yeah, send some flirtatious text messages, make a flirtatious phone call. Man, surprise your boo with an edible arrangement, maybe some flowers. I mean, flowers are the traditional thing. And I'm saying all of this because, Valentine's Day is right around the corner, right? And, people are looking for ways to do things in spite of COVID, right? So I think these are some things that you can do, especially if you aren't able to be around your partner at this time, because you might be sick, he might be sick. You just don't know, or whatever the case may be. But the ways you can do that and build that up is, sending text messages, do video chats, send small little video messages. These are ways to build up intimacy and just to kind of connect, with your partner. Now, some of the benefits, right? I think some of the benefits of being intimate is that it builds up anticipation for what is to come. So if you're in a romantic relationship, just building that intimacy, it's just going to build you up and keep you going. And you are anticipating what's to come next, right? Which most likely will be followed by sexual intercourse. But even if that's not the case, but it builds you up. Yes, it gets you fired up for it. And you're ready because it's getting your mind in the mood, right? So these are some ways to enhance your sexual experiences. So another benefit is that it builds trust and an emotional connection with your partner. It really does, build that trust, that emotional connection with your partner. And just being intimate is just so, so special. And believe it or not, a lot of people, when they say they're not getting enough or they're not satisfied, they're saying that because they're lacking intimacy in their relationship. That's exactly what's going on with them. They are totally lacking the intimacy. So you have to take the time to build that intimacy, build that emotional connection so that you guys can continue to grow together. Because trust and believe, when you met, you are not the same people. Like if you met 5 years ago and you started dating, you are not the same people now. So you have to be willing and open to grow together and know that there may be some things that have changed, not for the worse, hopefully not for the worse, but for the good of the person and for the good of the relationship. But you have to be open to that. So that's what I think the benefits of intimacy is. Like I told you, my definition is it's a closeness. You guys shoot me something in the comments and let me know what your definition of intimacy is. But remember, I said it's not sex. Intimacy is not sex. It can lead to, but it is not. But before I go, I would like to read you something that I thought was very, very interesting. Of course, I thought it was interesting. It came from my book, right? No, I'm just joking. But yeah, of course, I thought it interesting because I wrote it. So sometimes we get so caught up in what's going on in life that we tend to lose that emotional connection. We neglect to nurture that part of the relationship, which in turn can cause some folks to step outside of their relationship to get what they're lacking. When infidelity steps in, the trust gets lost. Girl, we women are somewhat guilty of not putting the relationship as a high priority. Now, I'm not letting men off the hook. However, women should learn to take responsibility for our roles in our relationship. So, sisters, if you are lacking intimacy in your relationship, I got to ask you a few questions. Are you communicating that with your partner? And not only are you communicating that effectively where he understands like where you coming from and what you actually mean. Another thing, are you expressing what you really want when it comes to intimacy? Maybe you do want the flirtatious messages, but he doesn't know that. He might send it every now and then, but he doesn't know that's something that you like unless you tell him that's something that you like. So you got to keep that in mind. We have to take responsibility for enhancing our own sexual experiences. So, and in doing that, we have to communicate. We have to let our partners know exactly what it is that we want. We can't hesitate about it. We can't do any of that. So, keep asking yourself if you think you're lacking something in your relationship, ask yourself, have I communicated that? Now, if you have communicated that and there's still no change, you might want to reevaluate and see where the communication breakdown is, see what's going on, maybe didn't understand, or maybe you just need to have a come to Jesus meeting. It's like, hey, let's sit and let's talk about this because this is how I feel. I need to know how you feel, and we can make some decisions, right? So I just want everybody to be happy and free and just be yourself. I want you to love you for you. I want them to love you for you, you to love them for who they are. But just remember, intimacy and sex are not the same. All right. So I thank you all for joining me tonight for Wine Down Wednesdays with your girl Jovita. And I hope that you have enjoyed your beverage of choice in your wine glass. Until next time, see you guys later for Wine Down Wednesdays with Jovita. Love you.